Hello, everyone. I told you yesterday I was going to have a very special guest, and here he is. His name is Anthony Janna. He's from Australia, and I would introduce him this way. He's a little bit like Vish in the sense that he's been DMing me for quite a long time. He's extremely perceptive, extremely persistent, and the stuff he's been writing to me is so interesting to me. I had to bring him on the show. I think he's so interesting. I know you guys will find him interesting too. And he's actually a lot different than Vish. He's similar in those ways, but their perspectives of what's going on with the 49ers are pretty much polar opposites. So I figured this guy definitely has a spot on my channel. I hope that did you justice, Anthony. What do you think?
Stop right there. You had me at hello. It's okay. It's all good.
All right, Anthony. So what we talk about a lot in our private messages is Kyle, not the execution, but the play calling. And around here, it's pretty much accepted that he's the best. And especially in a season like this where he has injuries, that criticizing him at all is off limits. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, no. Look, I'm actually, believe it or not, in spite of all my messages with you, I'm actually quite positive about Kyle. I like to have a water with me every time I'm doing an interview or something. It's very important. You can't be without water for not even 5 minutes. That's about as long as his stuff goes.
That's true. He's always hydrated.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
But Kyle, what can we say? Oh my God. I caught a little bit of your show with Vish this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And he said something interesting. He said that Kyle is the one that makes the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And Kyle's the one that has Jimmy G winning. And mm-hmm. Kyle's the one.
And that is the conventional wisdom in the Bay Area, around the NFL. That Kyle is smart.
Yeah.
Everything that's right with the 49ers.
And to Vish, I think of John McEnroe pops into my head. You cannot be serious. Come on. Is he serious?
Well, look, I gotta say, a lot of people are very, very taken with Kyle Shanahan. You're on the other side of the world. You're not as taken with his. Let's talk about him objectively. What do you see from Kyle?
Yeah. So am I. I'm just joking. Kyle, look, first of all, he's killed Jimmy G already this season.
Correct.
With some of the stuff he's done.
Yep.
He's absolutely massacred Nick Mullins.
Yes.
And it might all be part of his devious plan because he's got 2 games left. He's going to put CJ in there. He's going to make CJ look like a superstar.
Right.
And then he's going to be able to, end of the season, he's going to be able to stand up and say, I was right.
Yeah.
All of you were wrong.
Yes.
Do you think that there might be something to that?
Hey, I'm not going to say that Kyle Shanahan has sabotaged 2 quarterbacks to get to CJ Beathard, but I will say that his carelessness and recklessness have brought him to the point where he can get the last laugh and spin it at the very end. It's convenient. Hey, now I get to put CJ Beathard out there, and if he looks great, hey, I'm a genius again. I'm a genius again.
You like that? Yeah,
he can spin it. He's got 2 games left.
And nobody's really looked at it from that perspective. So I don't know. That's something I just sort of pulled out.
So the thing about what we do is after the game, most people blame execution. They'll be like, look, Nick Mullins lost it on these 3 plays. Or one other player lost it right here. And what you always say is no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd just like to say something on that. I hear commentators all the time and fans, from a distance, of course. Okay. And I'm hearing things like, Mullins sucks.
Yeah.
He's crash.
Yeah.
You know, oh man, come on. You know,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
here's
all
the
you
thing.
see on Twitter. That's the
Yeah.
level of analysis you get.
And, you know, and when I hear these guys, you know, I sort of want to say to them, just chill a little bit, make yourself a nice strong drink, maybe a tequila,
Yes.
and just sit on down and relax.
Yes.
Because that's obvious. What you
Yes.
just said was perfect. It's very easy to just see the play.
Yeah.
It's very easy to just see what's happened and go, oh, that was a bad throw.
Oh, he should have thrown a better throw. He shouldn't have thrown that interception. That's what happened on that play. He shouldn't have thrown the interception.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, how easy is that?
Yeah.
So that kind of, you know, that those sort of comments make me laugh.
So what I brought you on today is I thought it would be fun to go through some of these turnovers from the past couple games.
Yes,
and that all the fans just say, well, Nick Mullins, you take him out, you put in a new quarterback, boom, boom, boom. End of story. The thing is, every single quarterback Kyle Shanahan has trotted out for the 49ers has had the same turnover issue, from Hoyer to Beathard to Garoppolo to Mullins. And the common denominator must be Kyle. So let's start with the Washington game and start with the pick six, the interception returned for a touchdown, and we'll get your thoughts and we'll move from there.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. This is the play. Let's go full screen. And first of all, let's look at the situation, right?
Yes.
2nd and 2.
That's the first question. And the thing, sorry to interrupt you. The thing I want to say to all 49er fans is when you're watching a play, right? When you're watching a game and you're watching a play, here's what I do. I go, what's the situation? What's the correct play to be made right now? Not just whatever happens, and then make a commentary on what's occurred.
That's right. Okay, with that in the backdrop, let's check out this play. As you notice, it's 2nd and 2.
Yes.
The Niners, let's start right there. 2nd and 2, last play of the third quarter. Okay. What do we notice first? Shotgun?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster of a call.
Yes.
It's really disgraceful. But here's my first thing. Just take it back 1 second.
Sure.
The first thing is this. It's a 2nd and 2.
Yes.
Not a 3rd and 2, but even if it was 3rd and 2, it doesn't matter. But it's a 2nd and 2. Yeah. So, Kyle, you have 2 plays to get 2 yards.
Yes.
You're supposed to be the superstar.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the genius.
Yes. Yes.
Are you telling me that with 2 plays you can't get 2 yards?
Yes. You got to go straight drop back on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, you have to make a risky throw. Yeah. Look at the situation. Look at the field position.
Yeah, that's right. Not just the down and distance. They're on the 24. You're in field goal range right now, and if you kick the field goal, now you're only down 6.
Yeah, and that's the most important part of it. If you're a coach, you need to ask yourself in any situation, what do I want ideally to happen in this scenario? Now, and then see what happens when I'm watching a game. My mind is constantly doing like a risk analysis, like a mathematical calculations of different scenarios, and sort of like a chess player. I've got the next 8 moves planned, and I'm thinking if we're at the 24, first of all, I want at least 3 points, because if I've got 3 points and then I sit back, I look at the entire game, and here's the situation. My defense is playing lights out. Yep. I don't even have to worry about that. They're not going to score.
Yep.
They're not going to score.
No.
In the 4th quarter.
It's okay to be conservative on offense.
All I have to do, how easy is it for me?
Yeah.
I just have to make 1 score, because if they were leading 18 to 7,
yeah,
that's a bit different. You actually need the touchdown.
Yes.
But 16-7 is perfect. It's the perfect situation. It's like coming from behind. You know those, you see those bike riders?
Yep.
And that go around, and they actually come from behind and go bang.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing with the coach in that scenario.
And look, what you're saying, big picture, is absolutely right. There's no reason to pass on 2nd and 2 in this situation, in this field position, but also the type of pass he calls. 5-man protection. You know, Mike McGlinchey can't block anyone one-on-one. You know, it's a backup quarterback right here. What did you expect was going to happen? So you call something that really isn't setting up anyone in your offense for success.
Yeah.
And something bad happens.
What he really should have done before that play, he should have actually written down what he's about to do on a piece of paper and handed it to the opposition coach and just go, just in case.
Yep, that's right. I mean, not even a thought of like keeping these guys in the block because your offensive line is terrible. Not even the thought of like a play fake before dropping back and throwing. No, just drop back and throw, Nick. Be good. Well,
not only that. I mean, and think just if I can get your audience to just jump forward to the game that just happened. Think about the touchdown from Ayuk.
Yep.
The one where he ran around.
Yep.
Look what happens. Good things happen if you carry the ball.
Yep.
Bad things happen when you throw the ball.
Yes.
I mean,
they used to say,
I've been watching this for 2 years.
So many bad things can happen when you throw the ball.
Of course.
You can a sack, a fumble, an incomplete pass, an interception.
Yes. And of course you have to sprinkle in some throws in the entire drive.
Yes.
But not in this situation. Look at where you are.
Yes.
Look at the score.
You're in field goal range right now. You could kick it right now on 2nd and 2.
And to me, I'm handing off and I'm going out wide to Mostert, to Wilson, to whoever. I don't care. Or I'm going to hand it to Juszczyk. He's going to get me the 2 yards, and then I'll start again with another 3 plays.
End of story. Those are the 2 calls.
It's too easy. Coaching is easy.
Yeah, you put it that way.
I swear it is easy. So it's sort of like have you ever played guitar, Grant?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever tried playing guitar?
Yes. Poorly. Yes.
And I've tried it and I'm absolutely hopeless. My fingers won't do it. I'm useless. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, is guitar playing easy? I'll go, nah, man, that's hard. That's really hard.
Yeah.
If you ask the late Jimi Hendrix, he'd be going, yeah, it's easy.
I can do it in my sleep. I don't even think about it. Yeah.
Now, here's the problem for Kyle.
Yes.
For him, it's not easy.
It's hard. These risk analysis, these risk analysis choices for
because his brain doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
I'll finish off on Kyle later. I'll give you a summation of.
We'll finish. We'll give our final analysis of him. But let's go to the next play.
Let's go back to the.
Let's go to the next play. All right. So let me call it up.
That play is pretty obvious. We should get 3. We've got 3 already, guaranteed. However, you can always get Mostert or somebody get into a hole and bang, they take it to the house. And now we've got 7 and now they're only up 2 points. How easy is that? That was an easy win.
Yes. Boom. Let's talk. Let's go to this fumble now. This is at the end of the first half.
Yes, I want to drop back to this play because this was the play where we actually dug ourselves into a hole.
That's right. And if you notice again,
it was totally unnecessary.
They're winning. They're up 7-6 with the ball, 1:30 left, midfield. That's the situation.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's move along. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Yes.
1st and 10. Now they're going to motion Mostert out of the backfield just to let Washington know, hey, we're passing. In case you didn't realize, we're passing. I mean, why?
That's. I mean,
it's not just any pass. It's a shot play. It's a fake here, and they're trying to get one of the blockers to leak out, and it's covered. So what's there's no check down, there's nothing.
Yeah. So the problem with this one is the clock for a start.
Yep.
You want to run down the clock. Yep. You don't want to throw. What if you throw the ball?
Yep.
There's a multitude of possibilities, but you could get picked off.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden they've got it at midfield.
Yep.
You haven't got it at midfield anymore. They've got it at midfield.
Right. That's right.
So what Kyle needs to think about in this situation, he needs to, one, think about the clock, think about the plays that he's calling and how much time they're going to take off the clock. You can, in certain circumstances, take a deep shot into the end zone. It depends. And that's not that high a risk thing to do in this scenario.
Right. A quick deep shot. Go for it. Yeah.
But ultimately, this was Washington. Ultimately, you want to at least get your 3 points. Now, here's the interesting thing. Again, if I step back, my defense is playing lights out.
7-6. That's right.
Okay. So, and this is the interesting thing. If you take it to 10-6, do you know that Washington only actually scored 9 points?
That's right.
So, hello.
You win.
Hello.
Yes.
How easy is this? Now,
you're finding a way to lose here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. And the thing is, there was a comment on your show. Sorry to pick on you, Grant, on this one. But you actually said, which was half right. You said this team finds a way to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly. Kyle Shanahan finds a way to lose.
Well, he certainly did it in the Super Bowl. Both times he made it there.
The first play was his. The second play was his.
Yep.
And
easily avoidable with common sense executive decisions. We're going to run the ball here.
Yes.
We're going to run the ball here. We're going to win with our defense today.
And Grant, one thing, you might get the impression that I'm like ultra conservative. Right?
Yes, sure.
Okay. But here's the thing. I'm actually not.
Mm-hmm.
Because that moment, if we get to 10 at least, but you never know. We could get lucky and get the 7.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
I'm actually going for the kill in this moment.
That's right.
They're out. They're done. They're on their knees.
Yeah.
I'm in the position of power.
Yes.
They're on their knees.
Yes.
I'm going for the kill.
That's right. That's right. What you're doing is you have him in a chokehold. And what you're doing is
Kyle's doing in this scenario.
Yeah, it's like you have him on his back, Kyle. Why did you get up? You were choking him out.
Why let him get back into the game?
Exactly.
Why let him get up?
Yes. Look, I want to get to the play against.
Yes, go.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going back now to 2019. This is week 10 at home against Seattle, and this is 2:57 in I believe the second quarter. Let me get it real quick. Is that right? 2:57 second quarter?
Yes. Very important, just before we play this.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of people that hate Mullins.
Yes.
And they'll look at that last play and the fumble.
Yes.
The last play we just looked at, they'll look at the fumble of Nick Mullins. They won't consider the play calling of Shanahan. They'll look at the fumble and they'll say, Mullins is crap. We don't want Mullins. We want Jimmy G back.
Right. Well, let's check out Jimmy G from 2019.
Here's Jimmy G in exactly the same scenario, and here's Kyle Shanahan in exactly the same scenario.
Okay, let's look at the situation. End of the first half, Niners have the ball near their own end zone. They're up 10-0. It's second down. Okay. Once again, shotgun.
Now, my first point. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness, they go empty. You got to be kidding me.
Yes, exactly the same.
You gotta be kidding
idiot play. Exactly the same. Now,
how smart you got to be to call this dumb play?
Now, here's the important bit.
Yeah.
that he's not considering. One, there's less than 3 minutes on the clock to the half, and
That's right.
we've got the ball. Now, look at the big picture. We're playing Seattle, and they've got Russell Wilson. So in the last 3 minutes, what do I not want to happen? I do not want Wilson to get the ball. That is my most critical thing that I want to achieve.
Number one objective.
In this play call. I don't want to score. We're up 10-0. I don't even want to score. That's enough.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I don't want to score. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, I actually do not want to score, believe it or not. Because we can take it to a field goal where we're then 13 zip. But winning. Big deal. That's still a two-score game. So that's nothing. I'm not interested in scoring. What I want in this moment, because football is a game of momentum. It's constantly ebbing and flowing.
Yes.
Okay. What I want is to go into the half 10 zip.
Yes.
Because then Seattle players, they go into their locker room and they've got a donut against their name.
That's right.
How do you think they're going to feel during that halftime break?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing you could do worse than what just happened, well, actually, there isn't.
Again, if this were number 4 with the Mullins on his back, Niner fans would want him cut.
Yes.
It's not a quarterback issue. This is a terrible play call for an offensive line that does not specialize in pass protection and a quarterback who can't move.
Exactly.
Terrible. Same thing. One hand on the ball, not two. Same thing. Who's coaching these guys?
Well, that's a good question. I've got an answer for you on that, but we'll leave that till later.
Okay. Should we move on and go to the Dallas game now?
Yes, we can go to the Dallas game, but Dallas is easy. These 3 plays were really important because I just wanted to show everyone that Nick Mullins is no worse than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Nick Mullins is no worse than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Thank you.
The problem is the play calling. The problem is the coaching. Yes. It's at now, Grant, yesterday on your show, you referred to Nick Mullins as the janitor.
Where did I get that, Anthony? Where did I get that bit? Because it was funny. I thought it was really funny.
That was pretty funny. But
I thought it was good.
You can't steal my jokes.
It was your joke. And I didn't even give you credit. That was terrible.
Especially when you call me onto the show the next day. And I was going to open with that. That was the only thing I had.
Oh, I owe you one then. I owe you. I need to write opening for you. Sorry about that.
But you
like that little twist I put on it, the Goodwill Hunting twist.
You threw me under the bus.
It's thematic because basically what Goodwill Hunting was, the story was a normal guy fixed a very big problem that he shouldn't have been able to fix and was a prodigy for that. And what we are is a couple of normal guys trying to fix a very big problem with the 49ers that most Niner fans and pundits refuse to acknowledge as being a problem to begin with.
Yeah. But and the crazy thing is, it's actually not a big problem.
Right.
It's actually very simple.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little funny story. After that Seattle game last year, I forwarded a couple of messages to the 49ers, basically volunteering because I'd already seen it in games, even games that we'd won. I was seeing mistakes in play call.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, and I basically sent them a message saying, I'll volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fly myself to San Francisco. It costs you nothing. I mean, you can give me a nickel if you want to be nice. Sorry.
Hey, I've been trying to play that angle for years. I just want one nickel for all my quality control.
Yeah.
And then I don't get the nickel.
I had to steal your joke because, you stole mine.
Now
we're even. Yeah.
So let me ask you. We just went through Kyle Shanahan's mistakes. What do you think of him? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, just before as you suspected, I got no response back.
Right.
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 Now, about a month later, I got really desperate. I was on their website, and they had some employment career opportunities. I forget what it was, some kind of management, something or other, right?
Uh-huh.
And I thought, here we go. I'm going to actually apply for this job. I have no interest in doing whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I'm going to actually apply for this job just so I can actually get somebody on the phone.
Yes. Yes. Did it work?
And, well, I'm guessing they looked at my application and they thought,
Hey,
this guy's from Australia.
Yeah.
We've got local people to choose from, and they must have just chucked it in the bin. But I'm really sorry that they did, because I truly believe that had they have taken me up on the offer, and think about it, it cost them nothing.
Yeah.
We would have won out last year, and we would have won the Super Bowl easy.
Yeah, because in all of the biggest losses in Kyle Shanahan's career, you can go to 2 or 3 plays where he called a pass.
The Baltimore game straight after that, and I looked at that and I thought, why don't they just let me come over? It's so simple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, every time he loses, there are 2 or 3 plays where he calls a pass in a situation where the situation dictated a run call, and he hurts himself.
I think it's like all of us. You know, if you're in a really great environment, you know, like me here now with Grant, it's really, you know, great guy. It's really easy. But if you're under a lot of pressure, put anybody under a lot of pressure, they generally don't perform as well as they do when things are, you know, a bit more comfortable.
And like his play designs are good, his game plans are good, but end of the first half, end of the third quarter.
So I think it's a little bit of that. However, the argument against that is that when we're up on the scoreboard, he makes those mistakes. When we're down on the scoreboard, he makes the mistakes even more so. So, if
you notice, most of Nick Mullins' turnovers this year are when he's trailing. I think only 5 are when they're leading or tied, and like 13 or whatever it is are when he's trailing. So a lot of it is forcing the issue coming on the way, you know, on the way back.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll ask. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Yeah, you've sort of known me for since early in the year, sort of February, and you know, messaging and stuff. And if you look at this season and imagine with all the little things that have happened, you know, the Arizona game, that was an easy win.
Yep.
The Philly game, that was an easy win. There was a second and 2 very close to the goal line, and he went for the throw. Mullins went for the throw, and it got picked off. And the score was 8. The score was 8-7. They were leading 8-7, right?
Yeah.
We needed at least a field goal.
Yep.
Same thing. And then we're up.
Yep.
Or we get the touchdown.
Yep.
I mean, I honestly. Oh, so here's my question. If I were like the coach of common sense next to Kyle Shanahan, what do you think our record would be right now?
Well, I mean, you have a win over Arizona.
I can go through all the games. I can go through all the games with you.
I mean, they would be. They have at least 4 more wins. Yeah,
wild card at least.
Yeah. So not giving you the nickel that you asked for cost them the playoffs. Yeah. So they learned the hard way.
Yeah.
So you want to make an adjustment next year, San Francisco? You need your coach of common sense. We both have volunteered for the job. We'll do it for free.
Well, the thing is, you're too famous now. So you know, you'd have to take a pay cut to do that job.
True. Probably true. But again, we're so passionate and we're such
Yes.
generous souls that we'll just do it out of the kindness of our hearts. So what do you think is basically, you've been interesting. You've been saying we've been critical of Kyle, but you've also said it's an easy fix. He's basically a good coach. How do you feel about Kyle?
All right. Is my volume coming through okay?
Yes.
All right. Because this is important.
Okay.
Here's the way I see it. And this is the biggest problem the 49ers have. I don't want to hear any more about McGlinchey. Sorry.
Fair enough. He's an easy target. I'm done. I'll stop with McGlinchey. Sorry, Mike.
Don't want to hear about Mullins.
Yep.
I love Mullins. I actually quite like Garoppolo, believe it or not.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, I love all the players. And I know that the players are not the problem. If you put them in situations where they're likely to lose, well, it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on you. And here's the thing. My philosophy on coaching is pretty simple, okay? It's this. You want to maximize your strengths and minimize your weaknesses, and you want to maximize the weaknesses of the opposition and minimize their strengths.
What a revolutionary concept. But I don't think Kyle Shanahan has gotten it.
It's pretty simple. Now, our weakness is QB. Our weakness is O-line.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? We're going to throw the ball 45 times.
I don't understand how Niner fans can't get that concept, that Kyle Shanahan is not playing to the strengths of his weak offense. He just isn't.
We're going to maximize our weaknesses.
That's what he does.
We're not going to run Kyle Juszczyk when it's 2nd and 2. No way.
No, why would we do that? Why would we do that? He's one of our best players. That would be a good play.
I mean, you're paying him $5 million a year or whatever. You may as well get him to do something.
Nah, let's throw to Kendrick Bourne. Let's throw to Richie James Jr. Let's do that. Let's throw to someone who drops the ball half the time or fumbles it after they drop it.
Exactly.
That's the move.
Exactly.
Let's have a 7-step drop and just hope and pray that Mike McGlinchey can block his guy for 3 seconds because we believe in him.
So that's my overall belief, philosophy on coaching. Okay. And so when I look at the 49ers, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Robert Saleh, DC, fantastic job. Excellent job. Really good. Okay. Except he's made a couple of mistakes here and there. A couple of mistakes that the head coach needed to correct. Okay. But he didn't. I'm talking the Miami game. I'm talking, there are a few. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got, I won't use the word genius. Then you've got a brilliant play caller, an excellent play caller. Play designer.
Yes.
There's
a distinction.
Play designer, and generally a pretty good play caller, generally throughout the game. Okay. However, the head coach needs to override some of those plays.
Yes.
In other words, the head coach needs to override the OC call in certain, just not all the time, just occasionally. So here's the problem with the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is the OC.
Yes.
Robert Saleh is the DC.
Who's the head coach?
They don't have a head coach.
They don't. They have two excellent coordinators.
Yes. They do not have a head coach.
They're like kind of co-head coaches. They both do their side of the ball. You're right.
There's no one. There's no one.
No.
That is actually the biggest problem. Forget all the players. Don't name me all the players. Don't hate all the players.
Yep.
That is the problem.
And let me say something real quick. There's a famous clip of Kyle Shanahan from his season as an offensive coordinator with Cleveland, mic'd up with Mike Pettin, who was the head coach. And I think they're in the red zone. I don't know exactly where the situation is in the game. Do you remember this? You remember this?
No, but
so I don't know what the situation is, but Pettin gets excited and like you, he's like, Kyle, run the ball. Kyle, run the ball. And Kyle looks at him and gives him this look. Like a teenager who's been told, eat your broccoli. And he's like,
well, you should look at
And so Mike says, hey man, do whatever you want to do. And so Kyle passes.
It's funny you say that because I think he had the same look yesterday. I forget whether it was the pick or the fumble or the return, whatever it was. No, I think it was one of the picks. And then the camera went to his face. And I think he did that same face.
Yeah, it's like, I want to do something flashy. Don't make me do the conservative, conventional thing. What you're supposed to do, what people have been doing in football for 100 years. I want to pass. I'm smarter. And, maybe it worked in that particular game, but it didn't work the first time he went to the Super Bowl. It didn't work the second time he went to the Super Bowl. And as we said, every time he loses a game, there's usually 2 or 3 plays where you can go back and, well, he shouldn't have passed here. Shouldn't have passed there. Jim Harbaugh wouldn't have passed in this situation. 9 out of 10 coaches wouldn't. So,
I don't like his interviews either. But
why?
Well, I think back to a game last year. Not our game. This was Seattle. I forget what game it was. Maybe week 8 or something, whatever it was. And what happened? Seattle were pretty good at halftime. And they had an absolute shocking second half. They got absolutely demolished. Okay, yes. And Pete Carroll came onto his presser, and the first thing he said, "That's all on me. That whole second half was entirely my fault. Mm-hmm. No one else." Mm-hmm. Bang, done.
End of story.
Now, what do you think his players feel about? What do you think the players feel about Pete Carroll?
Immense gratitude.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, in the 4 years that Kyle's been here, I can't remember hearing that.
He'll say vague things sometimes, like, I could have done better.
Little things here and there, but not that. Better.
Not my best. Not that.
Not that.
No. His ego won't allow him to say it.
Yeah.
And if I can't say it, go ahead.
I'm really sorry. He should have said that, especially he should have said that after the Super Bowl. Yep. He let Jimmy G hang to dry.
Yep.
And Jimmy G comes back first game, and I mean, God, his confidence was shot.
All of a sudden, he looks like Mitchell Trubisky, the old Mitchell Trubisky, not the new Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah. So I there's some leadership issues there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But bottom line, we do not have a head coach. There's no head coach.
There's no head coach. And so here's the problem. Salah's probably going to leave too. And so they're going to have an even bigger vacuum.
That's going to be interesting.
That he needs to take care. So here's the thing, Kyle, we volunteer our services. You need help. We're here for you. So we make it real easy until you figure it out and stop beating yourself. We'll come on. As long as Anthony has time, maybe I don't want to rope him into a weekly podcast, but if he has time when it's convenient for him, we will come on and tell you what you're doing wrong until you do it right. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do. He'll need to come to class.
Yes,
coaching 101.
Coaching 101.
It's pretty high level. It's university level. It's not
absolutely, but it is the beginning. But it's university, but it's the beginning. Yeah, we got to start you in don't lose the game every week, Kyle. That's how we're gonna start. And we're gonna do Monday afternoons because this is now Tuesday morning. Where are you right now?
Yes, it's early morning here in Melbourne.
Okay.
Or Melbourne. I think
Melbourne
is the way you guys say it.
Yeah, that's how we do. Okay, so Monday afternoon / Tuesday mornings in Melbourne, Australia, and that's what we're gonna tell Kyle how to be better at his job because he could use a little help, just a little common sense. Just a guy to say, "Yo, run the freaking ball, buddy." So that's what we'll do. Yeah. And when he doesn't, we'll bring up the plays and show the fan base why Kyle is responsible, so they won't just dump on the one guy, the janitor, every time.
Well, the thing is, you've got Jack Hammer, who is awesome.
Jack's great.
The film breakdown that you guys do is fantastic. I actually watch that. I try to catch that every week.
It is. It's Jack's so good,
and it's phenomenal. And Jack makes some really good points because he's talking. He goes through the plays and he sees everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, with us, maybe we could do a little bit of. I'm looking at just before the play.
Yes,
actually happens.
Yes,
I'm
not necessarily the design, but the.
I'm more interested. Yes, yeah. I'm more interested in the actual in the coaching.
Love it. Yeah. So that'll be that, and that's why it's coaching 101. The design, that's high level stuff. This is, dude, you got to run the freaking ball in this situation. I don't care what run you call. Find a good one. That's on you. All right, Anthony, I love it. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll do it again soon.
So appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, everyone.